Hey guys, it's Dave again, back again for another video. Welcome back to Dave's Dimension, the little channel where we do some reviews, we talk about some crazy things going on in geekdom. Welcome back to Dave's Dimension. So this week we're doing a couple different things. I did a video the other day on S.P.D. Red, and during that video I said I would not be jumping on S.P.D. Omega Ranger. Well, I did. I'll explain. I'll explain why I did that, guys. So I ordered him because the other day they actually did this insane sale where figures were down to like $13 and $16 a piece. This one, which retails for $29.99, was on sale for $20. No brainer. So now, as you can see, this box was beat up, kicked around. Looks like Ace Ventura delivered it. I mean, it's pretty beat up. Now, this did not come in an envelope like some people have reported. I got a deep, full-size box with air in it. Now, this is how big of a box it came in, guys, with this air cushion in here. So, and if you look at the box is not beaten up in any shape or form, guys. Not one bit. So, either this was secondhand or someone returned it and they decided to resell it, whatever the case may be. I'm an out-of-box collector, so that's not a problem. You see I display everything up there. So, that's what's going on. So, I started the video, and then I had some computer errors, which stopped my recording. I'm still recording. Okay, just checking, guys. It stopped right in the middle of where I was, so I'm starting over. I'm sorry you don't see me open up the box. Now, I figured for 20 bucks, the figure and the bike, pretty good deal. It's no brainer, guys. Now, even though there's been a lot of criticism on the paint for him, we have the gold outline here. And if you're a skilled enough painter, I guess you can do a little stripe on here. I'm not that great with it, so I'm not planning to do so. But I think all in all, it's a pretty good, solid figure. I mean, I have a little gripe that, okay, when you stand him out, he's holding his left arm at a weird kind of a kink angle. You can't push him down any further, guys. It sticks out a little further. I'm okay because, I mean, if you're positioning him, posing him in a certain way, that's going to work out. Okay? Now, he's got his S.P.D. belt, but no holster, nothing for any weapons, because in the show, he didn't have any weapons. He had his vehicle, he had a Zord, he just had his morpher that he would rev up and then shoot lightning at. And in fact, they give you an extra hand that happens to have the power surge, where you can do it where he's putting his hand on the ground, or maybe he's just blasting someone as he's riding his cycle. So they give you 2 extra hands. So we get this one with a nice little blast effect here. And you get another hand, which is, I guess, it's the exact same hand, except there's no energy on it. So it's like him when he's revving up his S.P.D. morpher, like he's surging up the power. So that's a nice little thing to have. Now, as far as reachability, some of the posing is going to be very interesting on here, guys. Like in the show, he's got, of course, we have his morpher and his little, I guess you could say, throttle. For that, it's going to be a little difficult to try and get that in his hand. Like maybe we get it like that, a little pose like that, something like that. That's one way to go about it. I'm kind of glad that the throttle actually bends all the way up there like that. So they let it go a little further. I think that's for posability. That's just my thought. His shoulder sockets are just really weird and funky. It doesn't seem like the basic Ranger. Because, I mean, I have S.P.D. red, and his arm doesn't seem to really hang. Maybe it does, maybe it's just not noticeable. I don't know. But it's just kind of sticking out. It's like his torso's a little smaller. I get that he was a younger Ranger, but I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. It sends a weird vibe. If I would have paid $30 for him, I definitely would be complaining more. The head sculpt, the helmet is just amazing. I mean, they got all the color, the details, the S.P.D. gold emblem that he has from the future. Even back here looks good. I mean, there is a little white if you really look really close. But you know what? Take a little Sharpie marker, just kind of like hit light little almost dry brushing strokes, and you'll be covered. So that'll look good. The legs look good, nice detail there. It looks pretty even. I've seen some reviews where people were saying that some of the paint was uneven, but I mean for the most part it's pretty good. Now the shoulder, a lot of people were complaining that this is painted and not molded, like they did with S.P.D. red, because that's actually a molded piece. You run your finger on it, you can see some texture, and you can see that how that's a little raised. I mean, that's one thing they did. They painted his S.P.D. name tag on red, so they did the same thing on Omega, and I think it actually pops pretty well on Omega. So that's the Omega figure right there. Just two hands, no alternate head, because he never showed his face. Well, he did when he was a little kid in the beginning of the series. And then right at the end, before he went back to the future, yeah, I have to work it in every time. When he went back to his future time, his Ranger form kind of like blurred off and it showed his human version. So, I mean, that was cool. And obviously, they're not going to do a head sculpt just because that one little thing that happens. So, but all in all, it's a pretty good, solid figure. I would definitely consider, maybe 19.99 for him easily. Now, for his cycle. Now, the paint on his cycle is actually pretty good. There's a few missed spots. You can, I mean, I don't know if this is going to show up here, but you can see like, okay, like here, you can see, okay, the red looks more covered here than it does on the other side. But that's a quick fix, guys. I mean, a little dash of some of the right red, and you got it covered. I mean, for the most part, the bike looks amazing here. You got the S.P.D. text on there. Now, this is a moving wheel. It's a hard plastic. It's not like a soft rubber. It's a hard plastic. Now, you can let it sit right on the desk there. This sits perfectly. This is your kickstand. Or, I think there's a trick to this, where you can pull the kickstand up. I'm not going to play with that right now. We're going to actually put the handles right on here, because it comes with handlebar throttle, and also comes with some pegs, so when you're positioning the Ranger on there, whether it's S.P.D. Omega, or maybe you want to throw someone else on there, or hell, maybe I'll throw Goldar on there. He's stealing the bike. That would be hilarious. It's not canon, but it would be hilarious. It would be hilarical. So you got these little push pegs. If you ever put a toy together before, you've seen these. These are the type where you want to pop it in once and set it and forget it, kind of, as I like to say. Let's take a look here. And it's got a little flat edge. Before I put it on, let me show you guys. There's a little flat edge right there. And it's got some tread on it. It's got some grooves here. So it looks like it would be a real peg for your feet if you were really riding it. So that's a nice little thing that they kind of throw in there. And it just pops in. Pops in just like that, guys. And it's in there pretty good. I'm shaking this and it's not popping out. So let's do the other side. As I like to say, second verse, just like the first. That's not an original saying for me. There's a guy I follow called Emgo, E-M-G-O. He does some amazing reviews of Transformers, Kamen Rider. I mean, just literally it goes on and on. He's an amazing reviewer. If you haven't heard of him, as soon as you're done with this video, type in MGO, EMGO, and he's got. I mean, he's been doing this for years. Me, I just started doing this past year. He's amazing. I love his reviews, and he's hilarious. He's very entertaining. I mean, he's a geek just like you and I. Okay. So let's see how well can I get this in here. Now this, I believe there is a trick to getting this in here because it's a little bit of a groove. If you guys can see that, just like there's a bit of a groove here. You know what? We're going to cheat and take a look at the box real quick. Okay, so the box shows it's nice and flat. So I was going in the wrong direction because with the way I was going, it would have looked a little bit up angled. So we don't want that. We want it nice and flush. So that tells me that this is going to be on the other side. So let's see if it goes in. Not squeezing in as... Okay, that one's in. Now it's still a little loose, guys. So if you get one that's loose, it could just be QC control. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to put a little dab of Gorilla Glue in here to get it to permanently set in there, because it just doesn't seem to want to 100% fit in there, and I don't want to break this either. Okay, I think I might have... Yeah, it's not holding perfectly in. Yeah, it feels very loose on here right now, so I'm probably going to put a little dab of glue, and then we'll finish that. So, nice little music, pause right here, so I'll be right back, guys. And we are back. Okay, sorry that took so long, guys. So, there we are. I did not wind up putting glue in there. It just took me a little bit more, and my finger's kind of a little owie, but we got it in there without having to use glue, so that's in there now. Still need to figure out how to get the kickstand up, but it stands pretty level. And we're going to throw him on the bike. Well, not throw him, but we want to get him. Now, his arm joints are pretty much the same as any Ranger. Now, sometimes you might have to play with the hands a little bit to get him holding on. There we go. Now you might have to play around with the posing of his legs until you get him on the way he should. Looks pretty sharp. I mean, as a stationary piece, it looks pretty good. And you could always, like in the box, it shows you, you can put this hand on so it looks like he's blasting the bad guys as he's blazing through. But all in all, not bad for 20 bucks. I think I did pretty good. Now, I mean, this will fit any Ranger, really. I mean, we could even put S.P.D Red. Any Lightning figure will fit on him. Like you heard me say, maybe throw Goldar on here. Might be kind of funny that he's stealing a bike from the future. So, I mean, it's a nice little piece. Nothing too fantastic. I mean, if you put the kickstand up, you can actually have it so it looks like he's kind of doing a wheelie because you got this back wheel here. Little back wheel right there. So it's a thing. It's a thing you can do. Besides, it all depends on what you want to do and how you want to display it. It's your figure. You do what you want. Okay, so the kickstand, you kind of have to put some pressure on it, and then it'll go up. So you can do like a little stop motion, like he's going through. And this is a moving wheel, so it will glide across any surface. Now I'm going to keep the kickstand down because, well, he's just going to be kind of displayed. And there you go. See, he's right there. Now, in case you're wondering what these are, I bought these on Amazon along with them. These are actually, they're little clear stands that you would use for Star Wars figures. Okay? And I actually found out that these, I actually like those better than I do the NECA. Because the peg on the NECA, they're good for the NECA figures. The NECA, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures you've seen me talk about in the past. But I originally used them on my Hasbro plasma figures. The Ghostbusters up there on the top shelf that you can see with the books. I started using those on them. And then I said, well, these are made by Hasbro. It'll probably work for them too. And guess what? It does. I have this on S.P.D Red, and it's got him very nice. Now, I live in apartments, so there's people above me, there's people below me. You know, sometimes people are moving stuff around. You get vibrations passing through the thin walls, and it can knock stuff over. So that's why I grabbed 2 10-packs of these. Got these for about $11 on Amazon. I'm actually going to leave a link in the description below. I'm going to leave a link for S.P.D Omega. So if you guys want to check him out, you want to jump on him, you can go ahead and do that, okay? But these, I ordered 2 10-packs at about $11 a piece. So, I mean, that's not bad. You know, works out to about $1 and change for each one. And these are nice, thick plastic with a single peg on here. If this works on Lightning and it works on plasma, if you have the G.I. Joe figures or obviously the Star Wars figures, because these are primarily used for Star Wars, and any other figures, like I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel Legends also worked on here. I do not have any Marvel Legends. Actually, my wife does. I got her something, kind of an early Christmas gift, but she's already forgotten about that I even have it. So, got her the Deadpool Negasonic Teenage Warhead 2-pack. She loves Deadpool. I don't mean she likes Deadpool. I mean she loves Deadpool. Trust me, if I could have plastic surgery and look like Ryan Reynolds, she would be a very happy woman. So, well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you catch the previous video, today is the 11th. That's November the 11th, 2020. This Friday, I believe starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to check out Hasbro Pulse Facebook website. They're going to do a live stream featuring, I believe, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, and they're doing a special Transformers live stream. But here's the kicker: they're using the logo from last year. That's right. Last year they did the Ghostbusters Transformers crossover with Ectotron, where basically they had an Autobot scientist named Ectotron, who, or Ectotronus, he had some weird kind of elongated Cybertronian name. Well, he comes to Earth, tracking a unusual signal, and just so happens he comes across the Ghostbusters and takes on the form of Ecto-1. So yeah, we get an Ecto-1 Transformer from last year, but it's going to be interesting to see what Hasbro's doing with the property right now. Are we going to get a new version of Ectotron? Are they going to do a re-release of Optimus? Because they also had Optimus featured. This was in a tie-in comic book. They had Optimus Prime, but he was in the Ecto-1 colors. White, red, and gray. So, will they do a re-release? Or are we going to get maybe, Gozer as an evil Cybertronian villain? That was in the comics, so we'll see what happens. That would be very interesting, but you definitely want to check that out this weekend. And I think it's fitting with that being said because it's Friday the 13th this Friday. How, you got to have the Ghostbusters when all the paranormal's going down, so. And if you notice that, yes, I'm wearing my Marty McFly Ghostbuster crossover shirt. I got this this past year. Nice little fun thing. When I got it, it wouldn't fit me because I was still big. And if you've seen my videos, you've heard me talk down, improving my health. And of course, I got the flux pack in the background. You got to have that. So that's all for this episode, guys. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. If there's something you want me to check out, or maybe you have some questions about the Lightning figures, or Lightning figures, Plasma, which is the GI or the Ghostbusters collection, or there's a lot of stuff that's coming out in the next few weeks. I'm trying to get my hands on some Lightning figures myself, some newer ones. For example, I don't want to necessarily wait until January to get Green Ranger, the one that's coming out, the evil Tommy with the headband and Sword of Darkness. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't want to necessarily have to wait, so we'll see what happens. By the way, I will be doing another video this weekend. Go to your nearest Lego store or go to lego.com and type in Ecto-1. They are coming out with a new Ecto-1 that is themed after the movie Afterlife, the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie that's coming out next year. This one is going to be roughly about 18 inches long, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I'm actually going to try and get one from the Lego store this Sunday when it comes out. That's being released Sunday the 15th. So if you're a big Ghost head, if you're a big Ghostbusters fan, hit your local Lego store or go online and order it. Get it as soon as you can. This thing's massive. It's got functionality to it. It's got insane detail. You can check out one of my previous videos. I did a little recap, a little preview of that with some links. Straight to lego.com. You can see all these insane pictures and the functionality of it. It looks pretty awesome, guys. I'm assuming I'm successful and I get it. I will be doing a unboxing and then I will do a follow-up video with it fully constructed. So it's very exciting. So we'll see what happens. So until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting, and I'll catch you on the flip side.